For the last several weeks, the media has been demonizing protesters and the protests that have erupted at more than 100 different college campuses across the country, labeling these anti-war protesters as anti-Semites. They've singled out individual agitators who frequently are not even on campus to try to say, oh, look at this person with this horrible sign attacking Jewish people. This is what the protesters are all about. For weeks, the media has been attacking these young Americans who are firmly against the continued slaughter taking place in the Middle East. They are not being anti-Semitic. They are not hurting anyone. And then this week, that same media that has been demonizing these young people for weeks acted with shock and outrage as police in full riot gear stormed college campuses, ripping these students out, shooting fireworks at them, shooting gas at them, and hauling them away forcibly to arrest them. The media said, this is crazy, how rough these police officers are being. Oh my God, this is horrible. And then in the same breath, they're out there repeating the talking points of the NYPD. The same NYPD that came out this week, Wednesday, and said, oh, look at this chain. This isn't something that you get on campus. This is something brought from home to barricade the doors. That was a total lie. That bike lock chain actually came from that university, Columbia University. In fact, the good folks over on Twitter, who are the ones who are debunking all of the media's lies about these protesters, they actually pointed out, they found an old tweet from Columbia University security that promoted that exact chain that the NYPD is telling us couldn't have come from the campus. They promoted it because they sell it, and by the way, they also offered a discount code on it. And the media went right along with that lie. They would have continued it had it not been for the people on social media who debunked it. Because the media has learned nothing, right? They can feign outrage all they want over these students being ripped out of these colleges, but they're the ones who laid the groundwork for this to start in the first place by trying to label all these anti-war protesters as anti-Semites. Now, as I said, there have been a couple horrible people that have shown up, again, typically outside. They're not in the encampments. They're not in the dorms. They're off-site on the campus. And I've shared some of these idiots on social media too, the debunking of it, because you've got reporters that'll take a picture of some weirdo on the street and say, this is what the protesters are all about. And they have a horrible anti-Semitic sign they're holding, but that's not the case. Like, that's one weirdo who's not even with the protesters. But the media jumps on it, the reporters hammer it out there. And what's happening to these young people who are exercising their constitutional rights because they have a right to peaceably assemble, which is what these protests have been. They're not threatening anyone. They are not out there shouting anti-Semitic messages. They're exercising their constitutional rights. They shouldn't be demonized by the media for this. They shouldn't be assaulted by the police. They should be commended. But instead, what's happening is you've got this older generation that learned nothing from the protests of their youth. They learned nothing from the protests that they participated in, protesting the Iraq War. And today they sit there all high and mighty with their old world thinking that, oh no, we can't do this anymore, kids. You're a bunch of snowflakes, and we're also terrified of you. It is absolutely disgusting to see this happening. This generation, these people that are out there protesting, you know what they've seen nonstop across social media for 6 months? They have seen images of dead children. They have seen hospitals being blown up. They have seen literal war crimes taking place, and they are sick of it. There is nothing wrong with being angry about that and not wanting it to happen. Not wanting people to be slaughtered is not anti-Semitic. And I don't even get how people can make that leap. But we've got a generation right now that does control the corporate media that have not learned the lessons of their own past. They forgot who they were. And now they're coming after these people for exercising their constitutional rights. These students shouldn't have to be worried about being expelled. They shouldn't have to be worried about facing lawsuits. They shouldn't have to be worried about getting roughed up by the police. These young people are standing up. Standing up when so few will today. They're saying enough. The younger generation is going to be all right. It's the older generation that I am seriously worried about. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.